What's up? My name's Henry DeWitt. Today we're talking about turtles, just some turtle anatomy. Something cool about a turtle, right, is that they don't have a diaphragm or intercostal muscles. We'll hit the intercostal muscle thing in a second. You know what? I should start with that. Turtles have a shell. I think many people know that, but the bottom shell is called a plastron. The top shell is called a carapace. And what a carapace is it's the ribs fused together with the vertebrae, right? So like these are like the vertebral, the scutes. They got like different scutes, and they fuse together, right? So they don't have the intercostal muscles to breathe, right? So how do they breathe? 1 second. Plastron, right? That's the interclavicle, and then they got like belly ribs. That's more of a crocodilian thing, but they got belly ribs that go there, all that fun stuff. And then you open up a turtle. Look at all this, right? Look at all this turtle. It's like, and then it's very cool. And you got the liver thing. Liver goes in there, and then liver goes kind of like that, right? And then so you got liver, you got, you know, your jejunal coils, you got all the fun stuff. But how do they breathe if they don't have the intercostal muscles? If they don't have the intercostal muscles, what they do, they got these muscles up here, right, called something, and then they can tense them and relax them, which brings the air in, and that's really cool, right? That's unique. That's kind of unique to the turtles. So they got these livers and all this, and then they got oh, here we go. Here's a heart. We got the auricles and the ventricles, and then all this good action. You got a cloaca down here. But one thing that's really cool is this is a turtle's head cut in half, right? And so we got here little brain action, right? And we got, boom, what's that? Come on now, esophagus. That's the esophagus. Trachea, which you can see here, looks like a little worm. That looks like a parasite or some little own organism, but that's actually the trachea, right? And so all this right here is the olfactory bulb, and you can see it a little better here, right? You got olfactory lobe right here, boom. Something also you can see, this was pointed out to me by my fantastic group mates, is you can see a hole in the esophagus, which is the auditory tube opening.
It's not the esophagus.
Something like that.
Nasopharynx.
Nasopharynx, right? And then feet, they got feet, and they got
Carbon dioxide.
oh, and one thing, they also have this thing in their heart. We got a heart as well, but what we don't have,
We have 3 chambers.
what you would think is that they had, like us, 4 chambers, but they actually have 3 chambers. They got right and left ventricle, right? They got 1 ventricle. Is that right?
Yeah.
They got 1 ventricle, 2 aortas, right?
8 chambers.
I swear they have 2 aortas. That's true. That's true.
They do have
They have 2 aortas, 2 atria, right? And one thing about their aortas is they're connected. But the connection, what do we call that? The foramen of Panizza, right? But why would you want to connect the right and left ventricle, right? That's a big question. Why would you want to connect those aortas? Well, if you think about it like this, when you have that deoxygenated blood circulating, which is what the foramen of Panizza allows, right? You got that hypercapnic blood, which mixes with water to create acid. Where does that acid go? That acid then goes into the stomach to create stomach acid, which aids in digestion. Isn't that amazing? Shout out to the foramen of Panizza for that action. And that's mostly a turtle thing. I don't know about crocodiles, they got it too, crocodilians.
We just said the turtle.
And but yeah, we're more focused on the turtle today. So that was Henry DeWitt talking about, shout out Dr. Malready, shout out Dr. Klingler. Dr. Klingler was locking us down with many of those facts. Shout out to my group members, Megan, Haley, and Marky. They did phenomenal. I would not have done anything without them today. So thank you to them.